Hello, culés, and welcome back to FC Barcelona Central. If you thought that winning the Super Cup was sweet, wait until you hear what happened to Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey. The Club Blanco is out. In just 4 days, the White House has totally burnt down, losing the Supercopa to us and now suffering a humiliating exit at the hands of Albacete. Arbeloa's debut, well, it was a total disaster. I have the full breakdown of their meltdown coming up. But this video is not just about them. I have Marcus Rashford bombshell. From England, Manchester City and Barca have opened talks for 30 million permanent transfer. Is Deco pulling off the highs of the century? And finally, the tension is reaching a breaking point in our locker room. Hansi Flick gave a press conference that left everybody confused. He refused to name his goalkeeper for the next match. Is this the end of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen? Well, I have everything for you to know. But before we dive in, I have a massive goal and I want to reach the 1,000 subscribers mark. So if you want the most honest, unfiltered Barca news, hit the subscribe button right now and let's hit the milestone together. Now, let's dive into the chaos. Let's start with the news that is making every Barca fan smile today. Álvaro Arbeloa's era at Real Madrid has started with a complete catastrophe. It was a hello and a goodbye for the coach in the Copa del Rey. In just 4 days, Madrid has lost 2 titles. The match at the Carlos Belmonte was something out of a horror movie. For them, Arbeloa tried to be brave. He started academy players that he knows like David Jimenez and Cestero and moved Valverde into the midfield. But the atmosphere was a little bit toxic. Vinicius Jr. was the protagonist from all the wrong reasons once again. And when he entered, he got into it a little bit with the local crowd from the moment he stepped off on the bus. Even though inside of the stadium they were pretty respectful, thank God there was not weird racist comments towards him. Well, let's talk about the game. The game was played in the thick fog, but we could see it was a Real Madrid that was aggressive but lack of their soul. They went down 1-0 in the 42nd minute to Javi Villar header. Even though the new star Mastantuono equalized the game in the 48th minute, a goal came in well past the added time. I mean, here we go again, causing a huge protest from the Albacete players. But Madrid could not hold on. Arbeloa tried to fix this. He brought players like Alaba, Camavinga, and Carvajal, trying to go back to this all Ancelotti, tactics, but it did not work. Gonzalo Torres, he saved Madrid in the 91st minute, equalizing it and hopefully sending it to extra time. But no, in the 94th minute, Hefte scored again. 3-2, Madrid is out. Their season is now Champions League or nothing. This is the type of psychological blow that they might not be able to recover from. I mean, listen, they didn't have arguably their top 3 players. The coach did not call them for the game, but that is a conversation for another day. A deeper analysis for that squad. But guys, I do want to talk about something that happened in Saudi Arabia, and it has to do with Ronald Araujo and a speech that he gave out right before the final. Ronald Araujo was one of the big stories even before the final against Real Madrid. After a long journey focusing on his mental health, the Uruguayan was finally back in the squad. And Pedri revealed that before he stepped onto the pitch, Araujo took the floor as the captain. He used the pain of the last El Clásico, the defeat at the Bernabeu, to ignite the fire inside the team. He told the squad that they needed to change the narrative to prove that Barca is better and that the Supercopa was the perfect stage to take a trophy away from our rivals. Well, his final message was, I believe in this team. We are the best in the world because of our spirit. Sigamos haciendo historia. Let's keep making history. When Madrid sent him on the final minutes to the when Flick sent him on the final minutes to defend with the man down, Araujo was a wall. I do definitely recognize that a few Barca fans were trying to look the other way as he was coming in as a substitution. But the most touching moment was when the entire locker room insisted that he was the one to lift the trophy. Araujo said it best on Instagram: learning to stop in time is self-love. God works in silence. I mean, listen, kudos to him. I'm sure it has been a really difficult time for him. I mean, bottom line, he is still very young. I think Araujo is still 24 years old. He's still a young person in a very high pressure environment of the world of football. Now, let's talk about a name that is on everybody's lips: Marcus Rashford. According to reports from Talk Sports, Barca has officially opened talks with Manchester United to secure Rashford permanently. The situation is a classic transfer chess match. Rashford has been incredible: 7 goals and 11 assists in 27 games. He wants to stay in Barcelona, and Joan Laporta has already told him that the clubs want him to stay. Well, the problem is the price. There is a 30 million euro buyout clause for the player of his caliber. That is a bargain. But we all know that Barca has really tough financial situations. The club met with Manchester United earlier this month, I think, just a few weeks ago, to propose 2 options. 1, to lower the transfer fee to be paid this summer, or 2, extending a loan until 2027 with a condition to buy him for sure. Manchester United wants the cash now. However, Barca has a secret weapon. Rashford is not listening to any other offers. He only wants Barcelona. It is a bold move, and it just might force United to lower their demand. So, do you think that $30 million for Marcus Rashford is a fair price? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Well, while Marcus Rashford is a big name, there's a young star that Flick is protecting with everything he's got, and it is Rooney Bardghji. Despite not being a regular starter, the 19-year-old is candy for all European clubs, especially FC Porto, who actually called Barcelona to ask him for a loan in this January winter transfer. The answer from Deco and Hansi Flick has been a resounding no. Flick knows that the squad isn't deep enough to let talent go. Plus, his salary is so low that moving him wouldn't even help our fair play situation. We saw his quality against Athletic Club: 2 assists and 1 goal. Hansi Flick has praised him time and time again, saying that he's been excellent every time he plays. He is living on the shadows of our superstar Lamine Yamal right now, but he is soaking it all up. He's definitely staying here at least until the summer. And I want to look at the way that we beat Real Madrid. In the 30th minute mark, the game was slow and humid, and it looked like a preseason friendly. Then came the hydration break. Hansi Flick turned it on, his tactical mind on. He demanded intensity right after the break, and the team exploded. Fermin Lopez, who was almost sold to Chelsea during the summer, became an engine, stole the ball, turned it up, and it was a clinic from there on. Now 3-2 for Barcelona. Listen now. Speaking about the Copa del Rey, there is a little bit of drama that happened yesterday in Hansi Flick's press conference. He spoke ahead of the Copa del Rey match match against Racing de Santander. He was asked a question that everybody wondered: who is going to start at goal? Flick's response was a roller coaster. At first, he says that I think Joan Garcia will play, but then he immediately walked it back, saying that we will see tomorrow, being today. When pressed again, about Ter Stegen, whether he could start or not, or Chesney or Flick just shut it down, saying that we will decide tomorrow. When we meet, I have nothing more to say. Well, Why is this such a big deal? Well, the precedent is that Ter Stegen started the first Copa del Rey match against Guadalajara. To the logic, because Johan Garcia has been the #1 choice all season and was the hero of the Spanish Super Cup. And 3 is a quote that Flick actually said. He said that with Johan Garcia at goal, I am happy and calm. These guys create a massive dilemma, and his Flick starter Stegen, it could send a message to Johan Garcia that he's, that he's only there for the big moments, despite his world-class form. If he starts Johan Garcia, it might send a signal to the end of Ter Stegen undisputed status at the club. This is not just about rotation, it's about a battle for the soul of Barca goal. In my opinion, it should be Johan Garcia. I mean, the more we play with these better teams, and we don't want the same thing to happen to Real Madrid to happen to us, because suddenly we want to play other players that don't usually start nor play. Guys, Racing de Santander won't be easy. Remember, they are at home, they are motivated, and they know that Barca is under pressure because we sometimes rotate our player. If Flick goes with a high line, we need a goalkeeper who is elite playing with his feet. If Johan Garcia starts, his distribution will be key, breaking Racing's high press. But if Ter Stegen plays, we look at a more controlled and experienced match. But regardless of who is in between the sticks, the focus will be on the clinical finish. Rashford, Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal needs to put the game to bed early so we don't see another disaster like it happened to Real Madrid. Chat, the Super Copa wins feel like the start of something special. From Araujo's heart to Rashford's commitment and Flick's brain, Barca seems to be back. Don't forget that we are on a quest. We are on a quest to reach 1,000 subscribers. So every single one of you counts. And if you want more deep dives of everything Barcelona, their tactics, transfer news, subscribe now. My question to you in this video is, should Barca pay the full 30 million euros for Rashford, or should we keep pushing for a better deal? Drop your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. Let me know where I messed up. My name is Pedro, also known as Zorrutio, and this is the home for every culé news in English. Until next video, and Visca Barça!